Oil prices rose over 1% in muted trade owing to public holidays in Britain and the United States after a downbeat week characterized by the outlook for U.S. interest rates in the face of sticky inflation. The Brent crude July contract settled $11 or 1.2% higher at $83.23 a barrel. The more active August contract rose $1.04 to $82.88. U.S. West Texas Intermediate (WTI) crude futures were up 13 cents at $77.85. Brent lost about 2% last week and WTI nearly 3% after Federal Reserve minutes showed some officials would be willing to raise interest rates further if it were deemed necessary to control stubbornly high inflation. On Monday, key European Central Bank (ECB) policymakers said the bank has room to cut interest rates as inflation slows but must take its time in easing policy. Figures for inflation in the Eurozone are due on Friday and economists believe an expected tick up to 2.5% should not stop the ECB from easing policy next week. The U.S. Personal Consumption Expenditures Index expected this week will be in the spotlight for further signals about interest rate policy. The index, due to be released on May 31st, is viewed as the U.S. Federal Reserve's preferred measure of inflation. German inflation data on Wednesday and Eurozone readings on Friday will also be watched for signs of a European rate cut that traders have penciled in for next week. Eyes will also be trained on the coming meeting of the OPEC Plus group of oil producers comprising the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, and allies including Russia. The meeting is to take place online on June 2nd. An extension to output cuts of 2.2 million barrels per day is the likely outcome, OPEC Plus sources have said this month. Goldman Sachs raised its global oil demand forecast for 2030 on Monday and expects consumption to peak by 2034 on a potential slowdown in electric vehicle adoption, keeping refineries running at higher than average rates till the end of this decade. If you like Today Now channel videos, please like, subscribe, share, leave us your opinion and point of view in the comments and turn on notifications. Stay tuned for more interesting topics.